Uh, Hello everybody, Evil Scotsman here. Been a while since we sat and actually done a recorded video, so apologies if we're a bit rusty. This is something completely new to the channel as well, so I don't think we've ever done a look at a DLC or anything. Not in this way, so as you can probably tell by the video title and what's in front of us, we're going to be reviewing the Mercedes-Benz Truck Pack DLC for Farming Simulator 25. So we've got them all out. What we're going to do is we're going to go through them one by one. We're going to check the shop configurations on them. We're going to look at what you can and can't do to them. We'll give them a little run around here. We're just on the Riverbend map that comes default. So yeah. Side note, I've never noticed that before. I pre-ordered Project Motor Racing. Kinda like that. But anyway, that's not why we're that's not what we're here for today. We're here for the Mercedes stuff. So, as I say, we've got everything laid out. We're going to go through them one by one, have a look at them. So, without further ado, we are going to look at the MB Track Turbo. This is the 900. This is the smallest MB Track there is. So, does look pretty nice. Obviously comes in the colours that you would expect it to be for the MB Tracks. You got your 3-point hitches front and rear. Let's jump inside it. You can see it's like an older. I would say it's an older kind of interior here. But you've got your gearbox there with your range selector, which I'm under the belief moves. We'll fire it up, have a listen to it. Like these do sound really nice. So yeah, you can see there, obviously the range and the shifters are actually moving. What you'd expect. Same with the pedals and stuff. With your indicators here. Hazard lights, like a lot of the stuff in here actually works. Bit of a disadvantage in your seating position for the mirrors here, but I guess that's just the way these tractors are built, so you have a really decent view of the back window in them though. You can see what you're hitching onto. Sounds good. Looks good. Take it for a socket. I'm using keyboard and mouse for this, so have to bear with me for the any shoddy driving. So that one's yeah, one's pretty good. So what we'll do now is we'll jump out of that, and we will head into the shop. This is the MB Track 700 to 900, 35,000. So you can have it in a standard configuration. This one does also come with the forestry configuration. So if you're doing the forestry, you've always got the protection on it. As well as you've got your winches and you've got the front loader on the front of it as well. So if you're doing forestry, you can run it on the forestry configuration. Yeah, by default standard, it'll come as the 700, which is 65 horsepower. You can go to an 800, which is 75, or you can go to the Turbo 900, which is what I've spec'd it at, and that comes at 85 horsepower. You get a range of tyres here, Trailborg, Continentals, Redestein, I probably just murdered that, Michelin, Miras, I can't lie. I think Michelin goes on everything for me. You can have it on your mediums, your wide. That's your tyre configurations. That's all you get. The front, you can either have a standard attacher on it, which you can see there, so like the little drop point bar thing, or you can go for your 3-point, which will probably be the most common one. Obviously, you can have your license plates, which will go central at the front and on the rear fender there at the back. I think that's the same kind of layout for them all. Yeah, that's what you can get with that one. This one does not come with front loader attachments, so that one's not an option, unfortunately. So then we're going to move up to the MB Track 1100, which obviously you can tell is a bit bigger. Wheels are a bit bigger. Everything's a little bit bigger. So yeah, same again, well detailed. This is... Has this got the 3-point? I think this is, yeah, this got the 3-point on it. A nice little detail. We'll jump on the inside again, have a look around on the inside. So, same kind of interior as the other one. Just a little bit bigger. So, we'll give this a little start up, give it a listen to. Nice big BP engine in here. Again, you've got your indicators all working in here. Everything you would expect. Even your lights. Got to do that on another one. You've got lights all the way around these, so if you're working in the dark, you're definitely going to be able to see what you're doing with these lights. So, do the same again. Take it for a little drive. Again, just sounds phenomenal. The way it should. And we'll get that part back up. We'll jump out of this and we will head into the store and look at the configurations here. This is the MB Track 1000 to 1100. 50,000. So, not a lot you can do with this one. So your engine setup, it comes default. The... Apologies for any background noise, let me just do that on vibrate so we're going to get interrupted again. Yeah, it comes default, the 1000 comes with 100 horsepower, and your 1100 comes with 110. And that's the only two configurations you get on this one. The wheel brands are going to be the same. You've got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Redestein. Oh, you actually get Nokian tyres on this one. Miras, BKTs. So there is a little bit of variance in the tyres on this one. You got your standard, your medium, your wide. You can put narrow tyres on this. You can put rear narrow tyre twins, rear twins, and back to standard. Again, on the front, you can have it standard here, or you can have your 3-point linkage, and on here you can change colour. So what do you call that? Silver distal, or the standard green. And obviously, again, you can have your front and rear plates attached if you wish. So, very well detailed. That's 1000 to the 1100 there, with a maximum output of 110 horsepower. So, jump out of here. Now we start to get to the bigger ones. So, this is one of my favourites here. This is MB Track 1500. So, you can obviously tell we're, again, we're stepping it up a bit. We're a little bit bigger here. Bigger in general, bigger wheels. The one thing that does stand out on this one is the front grille. It's pretty nice. We'll get into that with the shop though. So, yeah, this is the MB Track 1500. You can probably see there as well. This one, meant to actually say with this one. This one doesn't, obviously doesn't come with the front loader attachments on it. This one you can see does. It has the front loader attachment, which obviously on the MB Tracks is it's on the rear. So yeah, again, well detailed here. You can obviously tell the difference as you come up these in size. So have a little jump on the inside here. So obviously this is one of the first ones when it comes to what I would say a more modern interior, especially for the dashboard. Not so much the controls. The controls are still very analog, I would say here. Very manual. Don't know what you would call it. We'll just call them manual or analog. So let's fire it up, have a listen to it, and see how this one sounds. Obviously have a look around on the inside when we're here. And obviously see around. Your mirrors are definitely better placed in this one so that the pillars aren't in the way. But yeah, pretty cool. So let's get this fire up, have a listen to it. Again, you've got your indicators in here, your hazard lights, all your lights, and this is obviously one of the first configurations that comes with optional beacons on the roof. You can have them on, so take this for a little spin, have a listen to it. These sound really good. Not going into the interior on that one, but yeah, everything moves as you would expect. Pedals, shifters, you name it. So yeah, we will hop out this one. Let's go and have a look at the shop configuration for this one. So this one is going to be the MB Track 1100 to 1500. Comes in at 55k. These are all relatively cheap tractors, which I quite like. They're obviously they're on the lower spectrum for horsepower, but if you're on a small to medium map, they work. You'll be able to fit them in somewhere. So you can see here we start off with the engine setup at the top. You've got your 1100, which is 110 horsepower. You can have your 1300, which is 125 horsepower. And then your 1500 comes in at 150 horsepower. And that's all your engine configurations here. For the wheel branch, you've got your Trail Bogs, Michelin, Continental, Miras, Redestein, BKT, Nokian. Again, it's, you know what I'm like, Michelin. There's probably lots of different configurations depending on the branding here as well. Your standard, your medium, you got your wide tyres, you can have your rear twins, and then you're back to your standard. Now, the maze grid, this is one of the best features on this one, I think. So, you can have this on, or you can have it off as a standard grille. I really like that, and I wish it was on some of the other MB tracks, especially the one that we're going to come to next. A little bit disappointed that that's not there. But it's there on this one, so obviously it's again it's preference. It doesn't do anything to the performance. It's just how do you want it to look, kind of thing. So obviously, as we said, beacon. This is the first one where you can have your beacons on, so you can have on the left, you never on the right, or if you want to run them on both. And the front one on this is a little bit different, so you can have your 3-point, or you can have a 50 kilogram, a 200 kilogram, a 300, a 400 front weight attached to it. So I think most people would probably run this. And you can have it standard, so you can actually have it with no weights and no 3-point. I think most people would run it with a 3-point and probably run an external weight. It's always more helpful to have a 3-point at the front just in case. But again, it depends what you're looking. So now we get into the back holder attacher. So obviously it's different because it's normally a front loader attacher. But it's only one option. You've only got the stall one, because obviously it's a very specific design to this tractor, and only this tractor. We'll get the plates thrown on. So again, plates are placed top, mid, and on the rear fender. So, and that's you've no paint options in here, nothing. This is how you get the tractor, this is how it looks. The only really cosmetical things you can change is obviously the wheels, the beacons, and if you want the maze grid or not. So, what we'll do though, since we've got this one, we'll jump back in it. And what we'll do, because we do have jump into where is it? Here it is here. There we go. Absolutely terrible job of lining that up, but there you go. You've got your stall front loader there. So works the same as any other front loader. Obviously it's a bit strange having it on the back, but another good thing with this tractor is if we hop back in here, we can spin the seat in, and now we're actually facing the front loader, which will make the front loader work a little easy. What I do like about that is that then makes a rear steer, which depending on where you're working, might help you manoeuvre the farm better. So that is pretty cool that you can change that. So what we'll do as well, since we're here, we'll have a little look at what we've got done here. So this is Mercedes-Benz bumper. So what we'll do is we will spin the seat back around in here. We're going to put this back here, and we're going to have a look at the front loader and the bumper install. So we'll just use that up a little bit there. We can have a look at it in the exterior. So same as any other front loader. I keep calling it a front loader. It's technically a back loader, but you know what I mean. It's the same thing. Same attachments fit onto it. There's nothing special attachment wise. Anything you can put on your front loaders, you can attach onto this. So, the front bumper thing. This is another thing. So, I'm actually not sure what the use of this is, because I wouldn't say it's much of a weight. Maybe just, I suppose, a protection bar. Maybe if you're using the front loader, like, I suppose if you're backing up, if you've got the driver's seat turned around and you're using the back loader on it, then maybe the bumper gives you that added protection. But at the same time, if you're using the back loader, you're probably going to have quite a sizable weight on the back here to counterbalance whatever you're picking up. So yeah, that's the MB Track 1500. So then we get to move on to the big boy. So yeah, let's have a look in here first. So this is your bumper. It adds like 250 kilogram weight, which obviously that's not a lot. So That's why I'm sorry to say most people's probably going to run it with another front weight. So 500 bucks. So it's nice and cheap. And obviously you've got the Stoll Robust 30 HDPM front loader. So obviously what you would expect. I keep calling it a front loader. It's a back loader. So I'm on this will only work with the MB tracks because obviously it doesn't fit the other two attachers that's in the game for other tractors. So this is 100% unique to my knowledge on the MB tracks. So yeah. Apologies, it might be a bit all over the place on this one. As I say, it's the first time I've recorded a video like this for a while. So apologies if there's some rust there. So yeah, now we're going to move on to the MB Track 1800 intercooler. So again, you can tell obviously stepping up. A lot of a bigger profile here, bigger wheels. Yeah, you can just tell size difference. So it's like a little set of steps here. So let's have a little jump inside it. So again, we kinda go with a different interior here. Excuse me. A little bit of both. I would like to say that this is obviously, in my opinion, this is more modernised on the interior. That's just my opinion though. Like, yeah, just everything looks a little more what you expect. It's obviously still a very manual, analog setup, but it looks to be modernised with like having all the like. What's the only way to describe it? It's colourful. But yeah, let's fire this up. Obviously, everything working on the interior, gear sticks, your pedals. You got your indicators there, hazards, lights. So this one, you can see into your mirrors, but again, the pillars maybe just get in the way that little bit. So let's take it for a little spin here. Again, apologise for any terrible driving here because we are on mouse and keyboard for this. Yeah, there we go. Does this one... So yeah, this one... This one has the changeable direction as well, because obviously, as you can see, you've got the back loader attachment in it, so you can obviously spin the driving direction to suit whatever you're using the tractor for. So yeah, that is the MB Track 1800. Let's get the lights off. And we will pop into the store now. I think I just turned even more on. Yep, there we go. Now they're off. Let's pop into the store and look at the configuration options on this. This one's base price comes in at 70,000. So you've got, so it comes with the 1300 turbo. That's your standard here. You can configure it to a 1400 turbo, the 1600 turbo, or you can have the 1800 turbo with the intercooler. So respectively, that is 125 horsepower, 136, 156, and 180 horsepower is your top end. So you've got decent options there. Trailboard, Michelin tyres, you've got Continentals, Miras, BKT, Bray, Redestein, I'm probably still murdering that name, and apologies if I am. Nokian, your standard, your medium, your wide tyres, your narrow tyres here. You've got rear narrow twins, you have rear twins, and then you're back to your standard. Your beacon lights again. This one comes with option left, right, or both. And then when you come to the attacher at the front, you've got your 3-point, your 50, your 200, your 3, your 4, and you can go standard with nothing on the front. But again, most people would probably be running the 3-point on that. Again, we have the back loader attacher here for the front loader. Same front loader, it's the same as it's attached to the other one that we just looked at. So you don't have to worry about the horsepower. That one fits on both of them, which is obviously a lot easier. So you can see we've got a colour option here as well. So you can see we can go with the, what was that colour called again? Silver Distal. Or you can have black and silver. Black and silver, I can't lie, that looks pretty cool. I do like that one. The one thing that is really disappointing for me on this one, that this one doesn't have that maze grill thing on the front. That would have looked pretty cool with it. But obviously that's not an option, but I do like this in the black and silver. I honestly cannot lie. That looks pretty mean. So yeah. But yeah, that's your configuration options on this one. So we'll jump out of there. So that's the 4 MB tracks that's included here with this pack. So you've got a variant of engine sizes and tractor sizes for whatever kind of farm you want to put them on. Obviously like 180 is round about the highest, so it's not going to power like the biggest tools in the game, but I would say it's enough for a small to medium sized farm. I've been using them on British modded maps. The one I'm running right now is Saxwingham, so I'm obviously running on them on there for when I'm streaming. I've got one just for yard work, and I've been using it for some field work for some of the machines that can power. I'm wanting to obviously run a couple of these when the new map comes out in November as well. So, but yeah, you've got your front loaders if you need them. They're not called front loaders, they're called back loaders. I'll get that right eventually. Okay, so now we're going to move on. So we're going to look at the first of the 2 Unimogs now. So this is the Unimog U2400. So these are pretty cool bits of kit here. Like, you've even got front loader attachment on the front here. So proper off-road. Let's jump into it here. Get in the interior. You can tell it's old school Mercedes interior here. Even the seats. Look at the pattern on the seats. What a pattern! Like, the detail they've went into for that is that's pretty damn good. That. So you've always got a big rear window here to see what you've got in the back. But yeah, very well detailed. Do like this. So fire the engine on. Have a little listen to that. So again, you got your shifters, your pedals, and everything working. You got your indicators here, your hazard lights, and you got your headlights there. I'll pop it on the outside, obviously. So part of the lights, we've obviously got rear work lights as well. So pretty handy. And you got a couple of little front work lights on there. Wee beacons. A couple of beacons for if you need to make sure people can see you. We'll take this for a little joyride around the shop here. It drives pretty well as well. It's really nice to drive these. So yeah, it's I do like these. Very detailed, and they're very handy to have on the farm. Here's me leaving the lights on again. So we'll jump into the store, and we will. So base price coming in for this Unimog is 70,500. So your first option is your configuration. You can have your agricultural platform, which if you need to move like seeds or anything. This also tips. I can't remember if this actually tips or not. You can have your extension on it. Or you can actually have it just as the frame as well. So again, it comes down to what you're using it on. That's the biggest thing. So your engine setup, your standard 1800 comes with 180 horsepower. You can go to a 2100 with 214. Or the 2400 with 240. And that's your war on the engines. Tyres, you've got Michelin's, Trail Bars, Continentals, Miras, you've got BKTs, Redestein, Nokian, Alliance. So there's no different wheel setups. Alliance is new. I don't actually know if this is unique to the Mercedes pack. I've never actually seen that. I think it might be. So your beacon lights, you can go with a left, a right, or you can have both. You can also put a 3-point link on the rear. So 240 horsepower, I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of things you can attach to the back that would power. You can take the sidewalls off the rear platform here as well, which could be pretty handy. And then when you come in here, so this you can have any colour you want. Absolutely any colour you want. My favourite colour, I would have to say that I've found for it so far is a matte black. A matte black looks really nice, but whatever colour suits your preference, your favourite colour, something that if you're running a farm full of Massey Fergusons, then you might be able to go and find the Massey Ferguson red here, and you might want to pop that on it, or just you might want to leave it. You might even want to run it in the Mercedes colours. You can obviously change the rim here. You can go chrome, silver, or black. So, the license plates on goes on the front grille across here, and on the rear fender back here. So yeah, that's the Unimog U2400. Nice bit of kit that. That's your more old school Unimog, I would call that. So yeah, it's pretty nice to have on the farm. Can be quite handy. Then we get to move to the U535, which is another Unimog. You can see this is a more modern version. Looks pretty nice. Same kind of idea here. Yeah. Just I would say a more modern version. We'll jump in. You can even tell in the interior we are like we've jumped in like a whole new, like, yeah, this is probably the most modern thing so far that we've got to in the back. So yeah, it's kind of what you would expect for a modern modern Mercedes. Get it fired up. Yeah, you can see we've got a very modern bits of kit in here. It's pretty nice. Your indicators here, hazard lights, obviously your lights are all working. And even if you turn the beacon on, you can even see on the dashboard that you've turned the beacon on. And these are LED beacons as well, so very nice. What we'll do is we'll take it for a little joyride. This one's got a lot better acceleration than the other one, which you would expect. Pretty cool. Do have a good turning circle on these as well for in the yard, so. Okay, that's your Unimog U35, so we'll jump into the store now and we will have a look at the configuration options that you can get on this one. Again, we're going to start off, so this comes in my base price of 261,000. Now we're starting to get into the bigger. So let's have a look. So configuration, that's your standard one. Agricultural frame. And then you've obviously got the agricultural platform, or back to your standard. Your engine setup, so your 527 comes with 272 horsepower, your 530 will come with 299 horsepower, and your 535 will come with 354 horsepower. That's a lot of horsepower there. Your wheels, you've got your Michelin, your Trailbox, your Miras, your BKT, Bredestein, Nokian, and again you've got these New Alliance tyres. If you do, so Continental's got some, you can actually go to road tyres on the Continentals. Yeah, you can either have them wide or what I would say a road tyre. Me personally, you're going to have this off-road, so the road tyres wouldn't make sense, but other option with this, you've got a safety frame, which is like an exterior roll bar there. If you wanted to have that on, you can have some warning signs here, which is like your reflectives. It only goes on the front. Your front bumper can be painted, or you can have a plastic one. Again, depends on your preference. Your fuel tank, you can either have a 200 litre or a 300 litre tank. Again, probably it makes sense to have the 300. So the front, you can have a 3-point on here. The back obviously has one as well. Again, you can take the sidewalls off the rear platform, and this one's the exact same. You can change this to any colour on that spectrum you want, obviously including the RGB. Your wheels come in your black, your silver, or your chrome. I think the LEDs are on it permanently, so they're not even optional. Yeah, that's your Unimog U527 to 535. Okay, so now we're going to get on to the Mercedes trucks here. The first one we're going to be here is the... Is this the rocks? I'm pushing the wrong buttons now here. Apologies for the length of this video. I do want to try and let you see everything about this. So, yeah, this is the rocks. That's the rocks OM 073. So nice truck. It makes a difference for having a man truck. So obviously I think it's on a 6x4 chassis just now. So let's have a little jump in it. But these are obviously very modern. A little startup, your full digital display here, infotainment system. You got your bed in the back, very well detailed. Like, I'm a sucker to trucks. I love trucks, truck sims, and the detail in here is phenomenal. Got your indicators here. Them off. Your hazard lights. And if you can see that, but you've obviously got your headlights on. And we have some beacons on the top. So, take this for a little spin around, have a little listen to it, see how it drives. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Again, just well detailed. These, leaving the lights on again, people. We're leaving the lights. Yeah, let's go and have a look in the store here. So this is your rocks. Base price of 113,000. So your OM 470 comes with 326 horsepower, 428, 455, 510, 530, and I believe 625 is the biggest. Yep, there we go. The wheel setup is, you can have it as a 4x4 or a 6x6. So I normally prefer to run the extra wheelbase, the extra axle on the back, sorry. So you have these with some horns up here as well. You've got your sun shield, which is removable. Then you've got your front guards, which is optional, which is on your headlights. You can have them on or off. Oh, you can have them on, you can have them painted, or you can have them off. I quite like having them on, just as the normal black one. Your front bumper, you can either have plastic or painted. Your grille, again, plastic or painted. And your mirrors, plastic or painted. Then you've got your beacon lights, you can have a left, you have a right, or you can have them both. You can colour this to anything you want, again. So, I'll say you want a Deutschwerk green, you can go for a Deutschwerk green if you want. And your rim colour, you've got chrome, you've got silver, white, and black. So, plenty of customisations though. Front and back, where you would expect to find your registration plates though. So, that is your Mercedes-Benz Trucks. And now we're going to move on to one of the other rocks. So this is the one that's got the Tektron arm on it. So you can obviously have something on the back of this one that's not a normal trailer like with the fifth wheel attachment. You can have one of the containers we've got sitting across here. Let's jump inside it. The interior is pretty much the same, I'd like to say. We do have like a double-decker bed in here. You've got a or bunk bed, I suppose you would call it, double-decker. I don't know if we can where I got that from. But then this one has something that the other one doesn't, which is pretty cool. We've got digital mirrors on the inside. They actually work. So if we'll go for a drive here, indicators, hazards, the normal lights. So go for a little drive here, and if you just take time to look in these mirrors and appreciate the work that's went in, like, that is pretty cool. That is honestly pretty cool. I think we got on the wrong one, didn't we? Never seen that, chat. We got on the wrong one because we... Why does it keep putting us in that one? Right, now we're in the right one. Ignore that. That we'll come back to that one in a second. This so this is the same as the other rocks. This one does have mirrors. This is the exact same as the other one, but it's just got the Tektrum arm, obviously, with the Tektrum controllers on the inside. Your indicators here, your hazards, all the lights you would expect to work. Take this out for a little spin. It's my fault for not paying attention, isn't it? And then obviously you have the Tektrum arm, which will come back and hook on to... Let's take it across and actually hook onto one. One cool detail I like about this, if you pay attention to the rear hook, when you get close, it actually closes. That does... yeah. And obviously you would attach that on. And you pull that. It's handy, like if you're going to go and... if you want to dump some of these at the side of a field and then pick them up later. So... I like that. A lot of people will probably remember the IT runner pack that we had a few years ago. Yeah, that was always pretty handy as well. But it's a lot better if you've got it on like the truck with the Tektrum arm. So we'll come outside. We will go into the store here and we're going to have a look at the configuration on this one. So this is the rocks plus the Tektrum RS26. Again, the engines, you've got the 326, you've got a 428, 455, you've got a 510, a 530, and finishing off with a 625. Sun shield's optional. There's some optional horns up there. Front guards are on, painted or off. And then again we can do either coloured or painted bumpers and grills. As well as your mirrors as well. Mirrors are the same. And obviously your beacons, you can have it left, right, or both again. Your main colour, you can have this again, any colour you want. Your rim colours, your chrome, your silver, your white, and your black. And no surprises here, but your plates are exactly where you would expect to find them. So, yeah, that is your Mercedes-Benz Rocks Tektrum RS26. Now, we'll come across to the Atros at L, which we've obviously already had a cheeky little test drive of this that we didn't mean to do. So, again, this is an Atros with the Tektrum arm fitted. So, we'll jump inside. We've already had a look inside this one. Because decided it wanted to put us in this one. So, obviously your bunk beds here. You've got your Tektrum arm controls. Fully digital dash. We've already seen this. We took it for a drive. Hold it. We've already took this one for a cheeky little test drive. We'll come back here and we'll attach one of these containers on. Oh yeah, hooked on, and we'll pull that. And there we go. Again, pretty cool if you want to go and drop these at like the side of fields and stuff. It's, yeah, pretty cool. Handy things to have. Again, I run one of these on the farm that we're a few years of playing on right now, and it's handy at the harvest because you can have a few containers at the side, and you can get on with whatever you need to do and worry about picking them up later on. Yeah, that is your Mercedes-Benz Trucks L, which we will go and have a look at in the store. So, where are we? That's the rocks. Here it is. Your configuration is your standard. You can have edition 3, which obviously puts a little bit of design on it. You can have the Extent Plus, a cool little design. And you can have a Pro Carbon, which is this funky looking one that I think is supposed to be more aerodynamic. I think that's what Mercedes were going with this. So you got your different variants here. Your base price on this, sorry again, is 144,500. I personally like it on the Extent Plus. So your engine setups is your 326, you've got a 428, a 510, 625. Then colours again. We'll go with a blue this time. Oh, so this is coming like two-tone now. We'll design colour black. And you can have a pink grill. You can really mix and match this one up. Your wheels you can come in chrome, silver, white, black. And obviously registration plates where you would expect to find them. So that is your Mercedes-Benz Atrox L plus Tektrum RS21. So the next one we're going to come to is just the normal Atrox L. Actros. I keep saying that wrong. So this is the same as the other truck. Obviously, just put the Tektrum arm on it. So it's going to be the same on the inside. Indicators, you got your lights, you got everything you need. Take this for a little drive. And we've obviously got the Pro Carbon on this one. Very well detailed. Like a lot of effort has went into these trucks. Interior's the same, just without the Tektrum stuff. And obviously you've got these you've got your digital mirrors on the inside as well. So that is the Actros L, which we'll go and have a look at in the store. So your configurations are going to come, you've got your standard, you've got your edition 3, you've got your Extent Plus, and you've got your Pro Carbon again. We'll configure this in the Pro Carbon, however we've got it set up. So your engines, you've got your 326, you've got your 428, 510, and your 625 is your highest horsepower. Your wheel setup, you can have a 4x2 or you can have a 6x4 on this. So that's preference, might come down to how big your farm is as well. Personally I run 6x4s mainly. You can have your horns here on this. You can have front Mercedes-Benz that are either standard or illuminated on this. That's pretty cool. Your main colour again, you can have this anything you want. Your design colour down here at the bottom, that is a black. That's looking pretty nice though. And then you've got your chrome, your silver, your white, your black rims. So you can bring this completely customizable how you prefer it. You have your front plate and your rear plate exactly where you would expect them to be. Does this have? This does not have beacons. So don't get beacons on this one. So that's your Actros L. And we're going to move on to our final truck now, which is the Rox Heizo truck V2. So you can obviously tell by the wheels on this, this is more an off-roady kind of truck. Still well detailed though. A little LED light bar up there. Let's have a little hop in here. Again, we've got the modern dash. New modern dash. We've got our actual mirrors on this one. Highly detailed up here. You've obviously got a bed in the back here, but at the same time you've got a bit of a window in the back, which you don't normally obviously get in the trucks. But yeah, well detailed. Again, indicator, hazards. You've got working lights. This one comes with work lights all over it. You can see here we've got front work lights, sides, and a lot of rear and diagonal lights pointing as well. So, get this for a little drive. So, sounds as you would expect. This one as well has something really, like, you see that across there? That little screen? Like, that is a live feed of the fifth wheel. I'll tell you what we'll do. We will, let's pull a trailer. Let's just get a profile liner. Get it with the farming simulator design here. Where is that gone? That's gone over here. You can see here we will roughly line up. If you look at that little screen across there, we don't even need to like look at the back window or go into the external views. Oh, the tool's not compatible. Okay. But anyway, you get the idea of it. You can hook it on to other trailers. I cannot speak, but that's really handy having that there. So that is your rocks diesel truck. Probably modern that name. Let's go back into here. We'll look at the configurations on this. So your sun shield is removable. Your front guards are removable. Front bumper is painted. Design 1, Design 2. Or you can have your plastics. Your grille, plastic or painted. Have your warning signs on or off. You can change the rim colour on this, but you can't change the actual colour of the truck, because I think this is obviously branded for what it is. You can't change the engine on this. This comes standard with a 530 horsepower engine, and your base price will set you back 275,000, which isn't bad. But this is something that I would find you would have in the forest. But well detailed, and it's probably handy for the amount of lights and stuff you've got around it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The last 4 things we need to look at now is these containers, which we've obviously seen 2 of them here. You've got the Fliegel push-off container. You've got the half pipe here. Your search uni box and an agro box. So we will have a look in the store at these. So paintable, any colour you want this. 14.8 cubic meters you can have in there. I think it's cubic meters for trailers, isn't it? So yeah, that'll you wouldn't get a lot in that, but again, it depends what you're using it for. Then if we move on to the uni box here, again, you can see pretty much put anything in here. Again, we are paintable to any colour you desire here. You can even use the custom colour. That's a bit bright. It's that dark. This holds 39.5 cubic meters. So you get a bit more than that. These are the ones I've been using. No sure. Might switch to a different one, we'll see. That pretty much takes everything in it. Then if we're going to look at the aggro box here, so now you can have your decals on or off. You can change your colour to whatever suits your preference. Again, 39.5 cubic meters. That one's pretty cool, and then we move on to the Fuego push off. You can have your warning signs, yellow, white, or you can have them off. And this will hold 30 cubic meters. So, again, it's completely preference, I think. All these trailers hold, I think, pretty much everything that comes in. Your biggest ones are the Uni box and the Agro box. Then it would be your Fuego, and your smallest is your half pint. So, but yeah, that brings us to the end of having a look at the Mercedes-Benz Truck DLC for Farming Simulator 25. Apologies, this one has went longer than I intended, but I wanted to make sure that we could get everything in here, so I could show you all the configurations. Yeah, appreciate anybody that watches this. I appreciate you taking the time, if you do manage to watch it all. Even if you're just here to look at one or two, if you're more interested in one of the things and want to have a look at it, then obviously that's okay too. Huge shout out to Giants for sending us a key for this, so we can have a little look at this. We're a little bit late to the party with this one, but we're here. We've went through them all. I hope that is as much detailed as you can. Again, I'm going to apologise for how rusty I am with these videos. We might come back with some more videos like this shortly, but if not, you can normally find me live here most nights. We're live, we're doing lots of simulation, we're doing some Battlefield, we do other things, so we're going to be live here, and we're also live across on Twitch all at the same time. So we've got a lot of farming sim stuff obviously coming soon, with the Scotland, the Highlands fishing DLC coming out on the 4th, so we will be here live streaming that on the 4th, building a brand new empire across in my homeland. I'm really excited about that. I cannot wait to have a Scottish map built by Giants, and I really cannot wait to get fishing as well. It's yeah. So 2 things close to my heart: Scotland and fishing. So yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you. I'd appreciate it massively if you are here and you managed to stick around to the end. If you could hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. And if you didn't like it, that's okay as well. You can always hit that dislike button. I'm not going to be offended either way. Any questions, pop them down below. I'll try and answer them as quickly and as effectively as I can. And if you've got any feedback of this video, again, just pop that down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Again, thank you for Giants for sending us across to make this possible. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate each and every single one of you that is here on the channel watching this, whether you've been here forever or you're here as a brand new viewer. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Until next time, I'm Evil Scotsman, and we will be back soon. Take it easy, stay safe, have a good one.